I used to believe that marriage was sacred. When I stood under the fading orange sky with James, my college sweetheart, believed we'd grow old together with warmth in our eyes and love in every wrinkle. I believed in the poetry of it, in Sunday morning coffee and the kinds of glances that said you still matter. But time has a way of silencing poetry. Years passed. So did connection. Dinners became quiet. Kisses became habitual. Conversations were whittled down to logistics. Did you pay the electric bill, or did you walk the dog? There was no malice in our distance, just silence. And silence can be loud when it echoes in your chest. James wasn't cruel. He was just gone in ways that mattered. Then came someone new, not in age or attraction, but in presence. Liam, our neighbor's son, had moved back to town after finishing his degree. He was doing landscaping work for a few homes nearby, including ours. He was thoughtful, observant, and kind in a way that was quiet, not performative. At first, it was nothing, just friendly chats when he was trimming the hedges or replacing the deck lights. He remembered things about me. That I liked jasmine, tea in the evening, that I played piano once, that I used to paint. He noticed things James didn't anymore, that my hair had gotten longer, that I'd started wearing jewelry again, that I wasn't smiling much. One day, he dropped off some extra garden herbs from his mom's kitchen. I was sitting in the kitchen, scrubbing a stain off the counter with more force than needed. He knocked, and I let him in. Just a neighbor being neighborly. "You okay?" he asked, noticing the tension in my shoulders. I forced a smile. "Just one of those weeks." He didn't pry. Just nodded and offered to help fix the light that flickered in our dining room. I let him, not because I needed the help but because I missed being seen. It didn't turn into anything inappropriate. But something shifted. The next few weeks, Liam stopped by more often, sometimes to help, sometimes just to check in. I found myself laughing again. I remembered what it felt like to be heard, not just answered. To be asked how I was, and actually mean it. One afternoon, James came home early and saw us chatting by the garden. He said nothing, but later that night, he asked, "Do you talk to him a lot?" I didn't lie. "Not really. He's just kind." James paused. "I can be kind too, you know." It stunned me. Not because it was harsh but because it was true. He could be. He just hadn't been. Neither had I that night. We sat on the couch without the TV on. For the first time in years, we talked about more than bills. He asked about my music. I asked about his dreams, ones he hadn't touched in a decade. He reached for my hand. I let him. It was clumsy, unfamiliar. But it was something. The change wasn't instant, but it was real. It started with small things. Notes in the morning. Cooking dinner together. Remembering what we had once been. Liam still stopped by. And I thanked him one day, not for the herbs or the light bulbs but for reminding me I was worth noticing. He smiled, respectful, and told me he'd always seen something strong in me. "You just forgot," he said. He was right. I had forgotten now. Months later, I sit beside James at a neighborhood barbecue. We laugh at a story we've both heard before. His hand finds mine beneath the table. Across the yard, Liam chats with someone else, waving politely when he sees us. I smile. Not because I want something more, but because I finally remember what it feels like to want what I already have. Some lines never needed to be crossed. They just needed to remind us of what we nearly lost.